ओम श्री गुरु चरण सरोज रज निज मन मुकुर सुधार बरनहु रघुबर बिमल जस जो दायक फल चार। बुद्धिहीन तन जान के सुमरेहु पवन कुमार हर बल बुद्धि विद्या दे मोहि हरहु कलेश विकार। ओम परम श्रद्धास्पद सदगुरुदेव श्री देवेंद्र विज्ञानी जी महाराज के चरण कमलों में प्रणाम करते हुए इस परंपरा के सभी साधकों की आध्यात्मिक उन्नति की प्रार्थना श्री चरणों में करते हुए एक विशेष प्रेरणावश जिसमें श्री विनय वर्मा अमेरिका निवासी भी सम्मिलित हैं, देवात्म शक्ति जो हमारे परंपरा के प्रसिद्ध सिद्ध महात्मा स्वामी विष्णुतीर्थ महाराज जी से रचित है और इंग्लिश मीडियम में है, पर श्री विनय वर्मा की प्रेरणा से प्रवचन किया जा रहा है। अभी 4-5 दिन पहले उन्होंने आग्रह किया था, आग्रह तो नहीं कहूँगा लेकिन अपनी बात उन्होंने रखी थी कि देवात्म शक्ति पर यदि प्रवचन हो जाता तो बड़ा अच्छा होता, परंतु ये बड़ा कठिन है इस पर प्रवचन करना। तो ये बात कल रात 3:30-4 बजे सुबह करीब में मुझे प्रेरणा हुई कि जिसको विनय वर्मा असंभव कह रहे हैं या कठिन कह रहे हैं उसको मैं कोशिश करूं कि मैं इस पर प्रवचन कर सकूं। इसलिए इसमें प्रेरित जो हैं वो श्री विनय वर्मा हैं और उस प्रेरणा को प्रैक्टिकल रूप में परिवर्तन करने के लिए मेरी अंतरात्मा है, जिस पर मैंने विचार करके आज अचानक मेरे मन में आई कि इस पर प्रवचन किया जाए। नारायण बोलना पड़ेगा, लेकिन इसके प्रेरणा करने वाले हैं विनय वर्मा जी। विनय वर्मा जी एक अच्छे जिज्ञासु साधक हैं। उनको आत्म परमात्मा साक्षात्कार के लिए बहुत बड़ी प्यास है। मैं भगवान श्री गुरुदेव से प्रार्थना करूंगा कि उनको जल्दी परमात्मा साक्षात्कार आत्म साक्षात्कार की अपरोक्ष अनुभूति प्रदान करें। असल में देवात्म शक्ति का अंग्रेजी में अर्थ होता है डिवाइन पावर, कुंडलिनी डिवाइन पावर। इसको उपनिषदों में कहा गया है देवात्म शक्ति। और श्वेताश्वतरोपनिषद में एक श्लोक है, ते ध्यान योगानुगता अपश्यन देवात्म शक्ति स्वगुणैर्निगूढ़ाम। यह है श्वेताश्वतरोपनिषद का श्लोक। ऋषियों ने ध्यान योग द्वारा अपश्यन मैंने देखा, ते ध्यान योगानुगता अपश्यन देवात्म शक्ति स्वगुणैर्निगूढ़ाम। वो जो देवात्म शक्ति है, वो जो डिवाइन पावर है, वो अपने गुणों से ही छुपी हुई है। ये पूर्व ऋषियों ने ध्यान में देखा। द देवात्म शक्ति रिटन बाय स्वामी विष्णुतीर्थ महाराज is very famous book, very famous scriptures in Kundalini Yoga, which is called in Upanishad divine power. The rishis, the seers saw through meditation the Devatma Shakti or the divine power which was concealed under her own attributes, gunas of sattva, rajas and tamas. ये जो देवात्म शक्ति डिवाइन पावर है, it is concealed under her own attributes. 3 प्रकार के गुण बताए गए हैं. 3 types of gunas are in scriptures: सत्व, रजस एंड तमस. उनसे ये देवात्म शक्ति ढकी हुई है. और यदि हम इनका पूर्ण परिचय लेना है, if we want the full power of divine aspects, then we have to remove the 3 gunas from her, which is concealed on the divine power. अब देवात्म शक्ति का फर्स्ट चैप्टर के बारे में इंग्लिश मीडियम से, इंग्लिश लैंग्वेज से वर्णन किया जा रहा है. चैप्टर फर्स्ट, द डिवाइन एस्पेक्ट्स. Indissoluble is the absolute Brahma, and his self aspects is called the Adhyatma. देखिए, indissoluble is the absolute Brahma, and his self aspects is called the Adhyatma. The creative dynamic aspect of Bhut Bhav, called Visarga, and creation is his work. BK Gita chapter 8 verses 3 में. Absolute, Adhyatma and Abhibhuta aspects. Adhibhut, Adhyatma and Adhibhut. There are 2 words. One is Adhyatma and second is Adhibhut. And first of all Absolute, then Adhyatma, then Adhibhut. These are the 3 aspects. According to the philosophy of Gita, in the verse quoted above, 3 are defined 4 aspects of God. Which? First, Param Bhav, the absolute aspects called Brahma. Second, Adhyatma Bhav, the self aspects. Third, the Bhut Bhav, the creative aspects. And fourth, the Vishwagarbha, Visarga Bhav. Fourth है Visarga Bhav, the creation. The absolute is so called because the next 2 are correlated to each others, and the first is not so related. Absolute is the unmanifested object from, whereas the second, the third forms are the respectively the subjective of objective sides of his coming into manifestation. The subjective Adhyatma Bhav shines as his own self and is static. The objective Bhut Bhav creates and as such a dynamic. For instance, a person of the trance or deep meditation loses all consciousness of his own self and that of his surroundings. He knows not what he is doing, but when the same person is at the work, he is conscious of his personal existence and is also cognizant of the work in hand. In trance, his consciousness and merge into his absolute self. But when at work, both the subjective consciousness of his own and the objective consciousness of his capability for work revive the simultaneously. Narayan ji, during trance consciousness reverts to absoluteness, and at the time of action it comes into manifestations and adhyatma and subjective and as creative bhut bhav, the objective. When a person works, his creative faculty takes up the form of the energy which is the direct product of his creative consciousness, but it does not itself possess any consciousness and therefore needs the continuous attention for its proper direction and best utilization from the subjective side. Similarly, from the Bhut Bhav of Brahm emanates the cosmic energy which prior to the manifestation is the Abhyakt Prakriti, unmanifested creative principle of the Samakhya philosophy. And on the coming into the manifestation takes up the different forms both on the psychic and physical plans. In Gita chapter 8 verses 17 to 18, Lord Krishna says, (17 to 21), it is said by Lord Krishna, Sahastra Yuga Paryantam Aham Yad Brahmana Vidu Ratri Yuga Sahastrantam Teham Ratra Vidu Jana Abhyakta Vyaktaya Sarvah Prabhavanta Haragame Ratragame Paliyante Tatrevapya Sangyake Bhutagrama Se Evayam Bhuta Bhuta Paliyate रात्रगम्य वस पार्थ प्रभवत्य हरागमे अपरस्तु स्मात् भावन्यो अव्यक्तां व्यक्तं सनातनाय यासा सर्वेषु भूतेषु नश्यन्तु च विनश्यति अव्यक्ता अक्षर इति उक्तस्तमाहु परमां गति ये प्राप्यां न निवर्तन्ते तद्धामा परमं मम। ये गीता में भगवान कृष्ण ने कहा है, जो कि ऊपर कहा गया है इंग्लिश में। Those who know about the creators, days and nights, declare that his day extends over a period of 1000 cycles. चार करोड़ 32 लाख years, comprising the 1000 cycles of the 4 ages of Satya, Dwapar, Treta and Kali. There are 4 yugs. And his night thereafter flows of equal length. With the dawn of his day, all manifestations come into the being from the Abhyakta, and with the setting in of the night, they dissolve back into that very Abhyakta. This whole creation, having thus been created over again, dissolves with the coming of night automatically, and O Partha, come into being with the coming in of day. Higher than the said Abhyakta, the unmanifested cosmic energy, there is yet another Abhyakta, the Brahm unmanifested, the ever internal that He does not come to the destruction on the dissolution of all beings, hence is called Akshara, the indissoluble, him they call the ultimately goal of the realization. Whence an attainment souls return not, that plane of the absolute is mine. ये इसका इंग्लिश में ट्रांसलेशन हो गया गीता के 17 से 21 तक का. The terms Sat and Asat. The terms Sat and Asat are also used in the Vedic and later literate for the Adhyatm Bhav and the Bhut Bhav aspects respectively. The absolute transcends both. Sat denotes positive existence and Asat implies the negative, the emanating existence. As Adhyatma, the absolute becomes the effulgent and is therefore the real Sat, whereas the creative aspect is not separate existence but only an apparent one, and as such is only the negative existence Asat. Transmutations and transformations of the cosmic energy being mere superficialities of the names of forms constitute the whole creation. Asat is also named Avidya, i.e., negative knowledge in relation to the positive or subjective knowledge of Brahm. The term Sat being a relative term including by implication the sons of Asat. Sat is defined as Avidya Sabalam Brahma. Sat is defined as Avidya Sabalam Brahma. Brahma specified or in relation to Avidya. Sir John Woodroof has named the two aspects as static and dynamic reals respectively. The static real, ये इंग्लिश राइटर है कोई, the static real और अध्यात्म भाव never changed and internally and incessantly radiates power, knowledge and bliss. This aspect is represented by the Indian mythologists as the male aspects of the god. The creative Bhut Bhav must necessarily function as the energy of the dynamic sense, as the word energy gives an the impression of an inanimate power, and the Sanskrit term Bhut Bhav or the creative aspects conveys the idea of the living consciousness with the active power. The latter is represented as a female divinity. God and his power, the two are through inseparably one, like the opposite charges of the electricity, distinct but coexistent. कितना अच्छा लिखा हुआ है. The idea of the absolute is as old as the Vedas. See in Rigveda chapter 10 verses 1 of the नासादीय सूक्ता. अब नासादीय सूक्त इसमें दे रखी. न असद असद न सदासीनो सदता सदा शीतदानीम नासिद्रजो न व्योमो परो यत् किमा वारीव कुहा कस्य सर्वनभ्भ किमा शीत गहनम गंभीरम. ऋग्वेद से ये सूत्र है. नाइदर असत, इसका अर्थ सुनिए. नाइदर असत देयर वॉज नॉर सत देयर वॉज देन, नाइदर वॉज मोशन नॉर द हेवंस एंड that are beyond. What covered darkness? Whose governance? Ambhas. What existed then? The deep and profound absolute. Gita also defined the Brahm as the beginningless, neither Sat or Asat. Srimad Bhagavad Puran Y2932 also reads in the same way. I alone existed only before with the neither Sat or Asat. But the Absolute later when sprang forth was I, and what is left over that too am I. गीता में कहा गया इसी को कि अनादि मत परम ब्रह्म न सतनाथाद उच्यते. अध्याय 13 का 12 श्लोक. अहमेवास्मे वाग्येयम अग्रम नान्यातय सत्परम. इसी को भागवत में कहा गया है कि पश्चाद अहम यदे तच्च यो वशी सचेत सोरस में हम. How the Absolute, the indissoluble, dissolves into the Sat and the Asat. The positive and negative has ever remained shrouded in mystery. All speculations have failed to come to the defined solution. The great philosophers of the past and the present have advanced theories after the theories and have built philosophies over the philosophies, but have ultimately had to confess their inability to solve the unsolved problems. The question has over and again been repeated at its answer variously attempted, but a but has always been confronting all the great thinkers, and the question is still unanswered. And the challenges all thinkers to come in future. Rigveda hints at this defeat of man boldly as follow verses 6-7 of the Nasadiya Sukta referred to above. There it is said, को अद्धा वेद का इह प्रोचत कुत अजाता कुतम इयम विसृष्टि अर्वाग देवा यस्य विसर्जन ने नाथ को वेद यत आयु भुवा इयम विसृष्टिर्यत आव भुवा यदि वा ददे यदि वा ना यो अस्याव्यक्ष परमे व्योमन उत्सो अंग वेद यदि वा ना वेद. Who does verily know? Who where could say whence came forth, how is created. After the burned gods, after our burned gods of this creation, who knows how it came into being? This creation how sprang forth, if it is supported or not. Who it is supervisor is in heavens beyond, who he verily knows or knows not. ओम। इसी के साथ आज का ये प्रवचन देवात्म शक्ति पर समाप्त हुआ। प्रथम प्रवचन समाप्त हुआ। कल दूसरा इसमें आगे का जो रेफरेंस है उसको कहा जाएगा। यही दिव्य दृष्टि हमें दीजिए भगवान, हो कण कण में निस दिन तुम्हारे ही दर्शन। लकू नित्य सर्वत्र मूर्ति तुम्हारी, सुनो जड़ जगत से ये कीर्ति तुम्हारी। ओम। अभी प्रसंग पूरा नहीं हुआ ये, इसलिए दोबारा इसको शुरू करते हैं। हो ही वेरीली नोज और नोज नॉट। इलेक्ट्रॉनिक्स थ्योरी ऑफ क्रिएशन, चूंकि प्रसंग छूट रहा है इसलिए मैं दोबारा स्टार्ट कर रहा हूं। इलेक्ट्रॉनिक थ्योरी ऑफ क्रिएशन, कॉस्मोलॉजी जिसको बोलते हैं। फ्रॉम व्हाट इज सीन ऑन दिस ग्लोब, इट कैन बी universally assumed that the cosmic existence is a display of two forces, animate and inanimate. To a materialist, life has no existence independent of matter, which in one of its phases is supposed to involve the consciousness called life. There exists, therefore, no God, no soul. What is matter? Modern scientists define matter as some substance, lifeless no doubt, which takes up the forms of all solids, liquids and gases, and can never be destroyed. All chemical compounds are supposed to be an aggregate of ultimately small particles called the molecules, which can be further be decomposed into the number of atoms. Atom is the smallest particle of the elements, and molecule is the smallest particle of a compound. Chemistry has found out a number of elementary substances, the simplest known constituents of all compound substances. They are named elements, and the smallest particle of these elements are called atoms. Again, all the different kinds of atoms can be broken or dissolved through the radioactivity into the another class of still smaller particles, which are made up the electronics with a proton at the center, and they form the single class of substance. Therefore, the first fundamental form of matter is a proton. The fundamental unit of the physical universe, proton. Proton is a positively charged atom of the hydrogen with the electricity serving as the nucleus with the varying number of electrons revolving round it. Each electron is the particle with the negative charges of electricity in mass less than a thousand parts of atom of hydrogen. Electron is not a matter as the term may be understood in signify, but is the granulated particle of the negative charges of electricity. Electrons with their portion at the center from one particle, and such particles build up the whole physical universe. If the theory of evolution of life from matter were accepted, these particles must be supposed to be possessed of the third charges of life, coexistence with the charges of the electricity, because no animate organism can possible by the evolved out of mere lifeless electrically charged atoms of the hydrogen. If animus is not existent there, something cannot come out of nothing. Therefore, we are led to believe that the fundamental electronic particles are formed of the some cosmic energy possessing life. It may either reflect life or is itself a form of the life principle. All chemical, physical, or organic changes do not create the matter, they simply imply a change of the form and compositions. The fundamental particles remain as such no matter how they combine in the course of the multifarious creative process through changes in their juxtaposition. Before the creation comes into being, the vast complex of these electronic particles forms an ocean of the substance, perhaps the same as ambas of the Vedas emanating from the Adhyatam Bhav of the Almighty, i.e., His Bhut Bhav on the physical plane. Vedas have described it as water, perhaps because of the nuclear hydrogen, a major constituent of water. अब कल के प्रवचन में होगा स्टार्ट यहाँ से, ये प्रसंग समाप्त हो गया है, अब होगा कल सामाख्य फिलॉसफी. This is the first discourses of Devatma Shakti, which is finished now. Thank you very much. ओम यही दिव्य दृष्टि हमें दीजे भगवन, ओ कण कण में निस दिन तुम्हारे ही दर्शन. लखूनी त्या सर्वत्र मूर्ति तुम्हारी, सुनु जड़ जगत से, सुनु जड़ जगत से. ओम तेरी शुभ सत्ता बिना हे प्रभु मंगल मूल, पत्ता तक खिलता नहीं है फूल. रोम रोम में तुम रमे फिर क्या रहा बिछो, लेकिन तुम मिलते नहीं, ये कैसा संयोग। ओम असतो मा सद्गमया, तमसो मा ज्योतिर्गमया, मृत्योर्मा अमृतं गमया। ओम शांति शांति शांति।